felt like an imposter in your job? Have you ever felt like you're almost putting on a mask when you go to work? Now, sometimes we all put on a mask and behaviours to adapt to an environment at work. But have you got this nagging feeling of, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough to do this job. I'm not sure why I got this job. I don't feel I deserve this job, or I'm going to get found out. You may not be saying those things directly to yourself, but you may have a gut feeling or some other phrases or words that are buzzing through your mind, or just a general feeling of not being at ease in your new role, or a role that's evolved into something else. This is really normal, and I know that I certainly experienced it when I was taking on a new team, for the first time in a very different environment. I was sort of, God, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. How do I know what to do? Not really sure if I'm cut out for this job. I'm going to get found out. This is this whole imposter syndrome that sometimes we feel. So it's perfectly normal. I coach a lot of people around this, and sometimes it takes them a good few months for them to be able to say, do you know what? I deserve this job and I'm good at it. I am, confident enough to share my opinion, speak up at meetings and show who I really am. So it's perfectly normal, don't worry. And you can move past it. It's like when we do anything new for the first time, it feels uncomfortable. Like the first time you rode a bike, you probably fell off a few times. So here's a few tips about how you can work your way through it. I would say just notice any negative phrases that are coming up in your mind and try and soften them and make them more positive. Write down some of these phrases that you're hearing and say, well, hang on a minute, how can I flip that on its head to become more positive? Because the more that we repeat negative phrases in our mind, it tends to get embedded in our cells and in our body, and then that denotes our actions and body language and our energy, and other people pick up on it. So it's really important that we reframe those thoughts. Write them down, keep a journal, and when you notice them, say, oh, hang on a minute, no, I got this job and I deserve it. Identify the areas where you feel you're perhaps not as confident in. Where do you really acutely feel that lack of confidence? And think about where you can find some information about how to feel more confident, or specifically work on those areas where you feel less confident. Is it about speaking up at a meeting? Well, then try it. Try speaking up at a meeting, or speaking with your line manager to say, could I take this bit of the meeting, to get out of your comfort zone. Get some guidance from a buddy. A lot of businesses have a buddying system, a coach or a mentor. Believe in yourself and don't compare yourself to other people. Comparison is not a healthy exercise. It's good to have role models. So for example, if there's a manager or leader in your business, or somebody in the public domain that you see and you admire, what is it about that person that you admire? What skills do they have? What can you beg, steal or borrow from that person to make you feel more confident in your role? So don't compare yourself to other people by saying, oh, they're so good and I'm not. But actually look at the positive role models that you can find and you like. What kind of people are you attracted to? What traits do they have? And also list your strengths. List your strengths. Have a look through perhaps past performance reviews, or just get a bit of paper and write down what you like about yourself. And, why you think you got that job. What makes you capable of doing that job? Just reflect on your own skills and your strengths, and try and do that on a daily basis. And just know that this is really normal. Doing something new, sometimes we do get nervous, and it's fine to be nervous as long as you're not letting it hold you back in your current career. So I hope you found those few tips useful. Again, get in touch if there's anything you want to discuss or you want to talk through your particular situation.